believe that AI should empower you to be a better coach, not replace you as a coach.
I've seen a lot of guys wear an oversized shirt, and I'm like, man, that guy's looking big.
Yeah.
And then he takes it off. I'm like, no, you're not.
We work longer hours than average jobs, I would say.
So what you're saying is that you invested into somebody to shorten the time window, even though you could probably do it yourself, it wouldn't be as good and slower.
The more mature you get in business, the quicker you are to do things like that.
They're better at it and they can do it faster. I'm willing to pay for it because time is money. Welcome back to Coach's Corner, episode 10. My name is Mike Crowson. I have my partner and COO, Mr. Bakker Shields here. We are live from the Better Bodies show here in Dallas, Texas. We got the Natural going on today and then the NPC tomorrow. Man, we got the Check-ins Pro booth here. For those that don't know, what is Check-ins Pro? Real quick.
Yeah, really quick. I mean, it's AI-powered coaching for coaches. We believe that in a world where like a lot of our competitors are building AI products to replace coaches, we believe that AI should empower you to be a better coach, not replace you as a coach. So it's that, and there's a whole bunch of things that it does under that umbrella, but that's the principle that forced us to create Check-ins Pro.
Absolutely. So we've got the massive Trainer Guys integration for those that don't know that. So if you're a Trainerized coach, this is it. You can basically check that out below. You basically get Trainerized for free whenever you sign up with the software. Mm-hmm. We have so much data that's coming inside from Trainerized, so it's a very cool integration.
Yeah.
So we're blessed to be able to have that with them, but it's the latest and greatest thing out right now when it comes to check-in software. Yeah. So you've obviously been to quite a few shows. What's your favorite part about coming to a bodybuilding show as a whole?
I mean, there's something to be said for being in a room full of people that kind of get it, you know?
Yeah.
Like a room full of people that also prioritize the same types of things. I think from more of as I've gotten more into like the business side of things, and I think less into the day-to-day fitness type of things as far as competing or coaching or things like that. An interesting thing about going to shows is every specific show has kind of like an archetype of a person that comes to the show. So like at the Arnold, we were making the jokes about it's the broccoli haired, big baggy sweats and big baggy, young LA, Superman, Batman shirt. Like it's a very specific person. We just saw that same person like copy pasted. I feel like here at the like Better Bodies, Gasp, and it's either an oversized kind of Better Bodies or Gasp shirt. Maybe the Better Bodies or Gasp sweats, but a lot of times it's like jeans and like a trucker hat, and then like a Better Bodies or Gasp shirt.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like that same kind of
different demographics in different cities, different shows.
Yeah. What do you feel like? Because for me, like my version of that would be tight Alpha Elite shirt, like skinny jeans.
Like what is your archetype?
Yeah, like that would have been me at all the expos whenever I first got into that.
Yeah, man, that's a great question. I don't know, dude. I felt like I went more towards the Alpha Elite to stringer type. Dude, I just never got into oversized. I'm like, I work too hard to cover it all up.
I tried it, but I'm on the too skinny side. So like, I get in an oversized shirt and I look like I just don't work out at all. Like I got nothing.
I mean, I've seen a lot of guys wear an oversized shirt, and I'm like, man, that guy's looking big.
Yeah. And
then he takes it off. I'm like, no, you're not. Mm-hmm. So, like, do I think that it would like benefit me? I'm like, yeah, from that standpoint. But I've also never looked at somebody in an oversized shirt and I go, man, they look shredded.
Yeah.
It's just like, you look big, but like I lose the entire structure and I look like a giant meatball. And I'm like,
you don't know if you're, you see the shoulders and you don't know if you're
cape,
15% body fat or 40. Like, you don't know.
And I would rather be like, hey, I've always kind of stayed lean. So I'm like, let me keep the V-taper look. I'd rather wear something tight. That's always been me. I'd just rather look like I'm in shape than look like I'm big.
Yeah. But it's interesting, you come to these shows and you see kind of like
all walks of life.
The draw of the specific
Yeah.
whoever's putting on the show.
I'm also not the guy that would go to something and wear a stringer.
Yeah.
And there's people here that are like that, and it's like, that's odd to me.
Yeah.
Because like, we're in public.
Yeah.
We're not at a gym. But
No, I'm the same way.
to him their own, right?
Yeah.
So, we got some pretty cool people in town. Guy Sister Nino's in town. Said what's up to him. Me and Guy go way back. I started his first ever e-commerce store selling T-shirts, all from a cold DM. So it does work. Do reach out to people.
Yeah.
But that changed my life. We saw Jalen, is an influencer, Rise.
Jay Lane.
Jay Lane, big coach.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we see here today?
Branch, obviously.
Branch, yep.
Branch Warren. Here.
Ryan Dobson.
Dobson.
Obviously, all the gas owners and Better Bodies owners as well. So, pretty interesting.
We haven't talked to him, but Malibu. I don't remember the famous dude, Malibu something.
Yeah,
Malibu Tony or Malibu Mike.
Not a clue.
Yeah, he's here. So there's like a little crowd over there. A lot of dessert companies.
Always.
Yeah.
Always
It shows. We met the owner of Heavyweight.
Heavyweight, yeah.
That was cool.
So Heavyweight, it's this giant chocolate bar. And I was like, I was asking a lot about the production because, and I've been in the coffee world, I've been in the supplement world. I worked a lot, very close, hand in hand, the marketing side for like Fat and Weird Cookies. So I'm like always interested in production and the manufacturing of a product like this. And I was like, I saw that they were frozen and the chocolate, and I was like, I got deep into it, but really interesting concept of what they're doing. It seems like they're gonna be really good.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna get one of those for me and the wife tonight just to try that before I start dieting, which I talked to Taylor yesterday.
40 pounds to lose. You better start.
I'm 21 weeks out as of, so I'm 20 and a half now. But like he was like, how fast do you think you can get to 230? And I was like, 3 weeks. And he was like, right, like
you're not
so much
force-feeding.
water,
Or you
so
are
much
force-feeding
food.
right now,
I actually cut back on the food a little bit because like now I'm
Are you using Retta?
No. There's no way I'd be able to do that and
You just-
consume the food.
I figured. So even just having Retta in, you're probably just gonna like, there's gonna be some
Yeah,
stuff that just
and I
melts.
probably won't even do that until it's needed.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, man. It's like I won't take anything until we need it. I don't take it just to take it.
Yeah.
Because, just moderation on everything, in my mind, and also too like, people got absolutely pilled to the bone without
Before any of
peptides
it,
in the 90s,
Yeah.
and up until like 3 years ago before they came into the market. So it is not needed. Is it an appetite suppressant? Yeah, I don't use it for a fat burner, but more than appetite suppressant.
Yeah.
But I ate so much last year, I didn't really need that much. So, that's one of those things I take as it goes as we get ready for the show. As really anything in that world comes to. But it's just about like, coming back from that hike, we're gonna be 12 weeks out, and he was like, we'll probably like refeed for 2 weeks and then start the cut process at 10 weeks. So, but we're kind of like, I've got until May 1st to essentially like just basically stay where I'm at, don't get any fatter. But I'm also increasing my steps. The new walking pad that didn't break because it has a new weight limit now, which is nice. But I just increased my steps. I'm trying to get to 10 miles a day. It's very difficult.
10 miles a day?
Yeah, 20,000 steps.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because on a pad, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like my feet hurt, and I'm like, if my feet hurt on a pad, and we're hiking 14 a day,
Yeah.
it's gonna be terrible.
So that's why it's 20 miles or 10 miles a
Yeah,
day.
I'm trying to increase my steps just from my feet for the hike.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I don't change my food and just increase steps, like that's just gonna peel off any excess fat that I do have. And then we basically stop eating out at May 1st and then really start to make a change whenever I get back. So we're just kind of just taking it day by day or week by week. Like I had a fourth of a carrot cake last night. Like, should I have eaten that much of it? Probably not.
Hey, carrot cake's good.
Hey, did you know, fun fact, did you know that carrot cake is like 50% fat, 50% carbs? I was thinking, oh yeah, it's got a ton of sugar.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're thinking, oh, it's a vegetable. Like, it's, I'm getting, it's
But man, the amount of
barely even
butter
counts.
inside that cream cheese icing, dude, I ate it and I like did the math, and it was like 10 slices was 500 calories per serving. I had 2.5 servings in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was like 41 grams of fat per serving and 45 carbs. And I was like, I just housed 100 grams of fat in 3 minutes. I was like, no wonder I feel kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days worth of fat and it's sitting. But yeah, just keeping that stuff out. But I eat less, and I have probably additional 3 to 4 meals that I shouldn't have throughout the week. So my calories are actually still probably surplus. But as soon as I cut those, I'm gonna have to raise my whole food up because I'm not getting in the BS food. So it would be easier if I didn't do that and just stayed neutral, but that would be called prep.
Yeah.
So, baby's coming.
Yeah.
On the way. What do you got going on right now? I know you got a lot going on inside personal life from the house perspective, right?
Yeah, we're
Bob the Bills are over here.
Yeah, no kidding. We're basically, we bought a fixer-upper, and fixer-upper is probably an understatement for it. October of 2024, we bought a house. We gutted the entire thing. We spent probably the next 4 or 5 months after buying it, so until like February of 2025, we were like hardcore redoing everything, all new walls, all new paint. We didn't touch any of the bathrooms though. We didn't touch, like, there's like a den. It's like an old house. It's half up, split story, half up, half down. And so like the den area, we didn't touch it either. So none of the bathrooms got touched.
Just the living spaces that you use.
We redid the kitchen, we redid the living room, and then bedrooms. Well, we kind of like, after being in a construction zone for 4 or 5 months, we're like, okay, it's livable now. Like, let's just not keep doing this because that was like nights and weekends and everything for 5 months straight. You're doing drywall, you're putting in flooring, you're demoing stuff, you're painting, you're priming, you're all of the things. And so we took like almost a year of just like, okay, I don't want to deal with this again.
Yeah. Well,
just
so you spent
random
like
stuff
the
here
other
and
six months of that year, you spent like, instead of painting, you were coding.
I'm doing check-ins pro, trying to teach myself how to freaking do all that. So pretty much just traded one thing for another, and then fast forward to Kinsey and I, and obviously it's a massive blessing, but we kind of make the decision around literally November of 2025. Yeah, 2025. So we take 10 months off. 8 months off. November of 2025, Kinsey and I are like, you know what? She's done competing for the year. Like, we've been talking about having kids. Like, you know what? We should. It usually takes people 6 to 8 months to
give it a go.
Yeah, let's just see what happens. And obviously, a lot of our friends have really struggled. It's a major blessing that this happened. We were wanting to have a kid, but like 2 weeks later, we found out we're pregnant.
Yeah.
And so it was, just a one shot. And so massive blessing. We're extremely thankful for that. But then we're like, well, crap. We thought we had maybe like by summertime we could have the house finished and like maybe start to be pregnant and then enjoy the whole. So we immediately were like, crap. We've got 3 bathrooms that desperately need redone. One of which doesn't even work anymore. Like none of the stuff was kind of working anymore. So we demo the bathrooms, we start to redo, we have redone 2 of the 3 bathrooms. The other one's completely pulled out and demoed. Now we did redid all the drywall and everything, so we re-primed everything, repainted almost the entire house. So I've been doing that until extremely late at night, every single night. And then the 3rd bathroom's demoed, and we have a bunch of old insulation in the ceiling that maybe hasn't been touched since 1958 when the house was born. So it's like disintegrated and like disgusting and all sorts of stuff in there, just dusty and old and gross. And so I've got to climb up tomorrow. That's what my fun weekend's gonna be. I got to climb up in the attic tomorrow and feed all of the old disintegrated insulation down and out of the house. And then we're gonna blow new insulation in. So it's just one thing after another, on top of new furniture, on top of once everything's finally painted, we gotta move everything from the upstairs bedroom that's gonna be the nursery down into the den, where it's just gonna be now a bedroom. So we haven't even started on the nursery yet. And Kinsey's like seeing, people had baby at 30 weeks or 35 weeks or 32 weeks, and she's like, we gotta go. So I'm worried she's gonna get into the nesting phase a little too fast, and we're gonna be like, I'm gonna be screwed. So We'll see. But it's a lot going on.
Totally. It is a fun process, though. It
Yeah.
can be stressful, obviously, but
At the end, we'll be able to look back and be like, I painted that, you know, I installed that, I put those on the wall. Like, all the things it'll be cool. I'll
hopefully that's
appreciate
how
it.
it turns out, and it's
Yeah.
not like, you painted that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there's been some things like that, too.
That's your fault.
Yeah. Pretty sure you did that wall. So it's been a lot going on, but it has been cool. And because nobody else was willing to take that house on as a project, we'll have a lot of good equity in it, which
Sure,
will be great.
great investment in time, energy, and effort.
Yeah.
It'll pan out. And it's cool, too, because it's like, you're setting up for like starting your family, which is like pretty awesome. So.
And by the end of it, it'll be like we built a whole new house. Like literally every fixture, every faucet, every light, all of it, we picked. Well, Kenzie picked, and I put it.
I paid.
Yeah.
So, sign up for Check-ins Pro below so you can pay for what his wife is taking
help me
from.
out. Take donations too. We need to do that.
So, I essentially bought our house with all that already done.
Yes.
Because I was like, not interested. I'll just pay for it.
Hey, hopefully in 10 years I'm able to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know?
So I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people probably want to know, like, you guys just got married, right, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And then you took on the number one thing you're not supposed to do, right, which is renovating of a new home.
Yes.
So what advice would you give for couples out there, people living together, or new marriages? Hopefully you're married before you live together.
Yeah.
That's the new Mike speaking.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give that couple?
I don't know. It's tough to give advice on it, really, because it was, for us, we were in a little bit different of a situation because Kenzie's dad is a general contractor. So he was able to advise on a lot of things, or even teach me how to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have otherwise known, and I probably would have just paid someone for when I could have just done it. Biggest thing, I mean, it's just like anything else. You have to communicate and not get frustrated with each other. There's a lot of, like, for me, for example, out of the last 14 days, 10 of them I've been up painting or priming past 10:30 at night. Like 2 nights ago, I was up until 12:30 priming and painting, or actually painting in that case. So like after a long day, we work longer hours than average jobs, I would say.
Right.
And then going home and then immediately just changing into paint clothes and like painting for 6 hours after getting home at 6, like that's tough to do on a repeated basis. But we have the added urgency of like a baby right now. Beforehand, it was, we got to get this done so we can live somewhere before the lease ends. Right. So it was kind of like, a lot of it was out of necessity, but it's all communication. Forecasting and budgeting is one of the biggest things too. Like we're very intentional with how whenever money comes in, we automate it going to the places that we want it to go. So
do you think that's been like the biggest game changer as far as like reducing stress when it comes to can we afford this or that?
Yes, because it's not all, if you're pulling everything from like one account, then like it's the same account that your groceries are coming out of, your mortgage is coming out of, your just normal spending, your date nights, your movies, your whatever, all of that's coming out of the same place. And it's like, well, I've got a $5,000 house bill and I've got whatever in this account, like I'm just gonna take $5,000 out of that account. Like that gets tough versus we automate it to where whenever you and I pay ourselves, immediately X amount goes into the house fund. And we just keep that in a separate account and we move money over as we make any payments on the house. So it helps us to set aside, here's how much we actually have dedicated to buying the tile or installing the
currently.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, I think that is probably like the number one thing that's kept sanity, because otherwise it's like all of a sudden, boom, it's like, hey, we took all the money we had to do this, and all of a sudden, hey, we forgot that we paid our insurance for cars 6 months in advance.
Yes.
And now I don't have that money.
Mm-hmm.
So just being really like, I think prepared is probably the number one thing. So fun fact for you, I think it was like 40% of divorces would not happen if there was an additional $400 a month made inside the household. So you can just imagine why that makes such a difference. If $400 can do that type of statistic, and think about having to buy a new kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? Where your fridge is, $2,000 because they wanted this latest and greatest. So it's like, and that's an appliance in comparison to a house. So
yeah. No, I mean, if we weren't being really diligent and smart with budgeting and spending and things like that, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Sure.
We probably, for example, we got a bill a few weeks ago that we thought was going to be a $7,000 bill, and it turned out to be a $17,000 bill. And like, that's a tough pill to swallow if you're not being extremely diligent with like where everything's going and how you're doing it. So
I got a question for you. Out of all the things you've done in the house, what was the one that shocked you the most, and what cost the most?
Honestly, it might have been that. It was installing, like, we bought the tile ourselves, and that was for installing the tile. And we got like these big 4x8 or 2x4 like sheets or tiles. And so what ended up happening was we actually had each of those. It's like, what is that, 2x4? That's 8 square feet of tile every time you put one on the wall. And the guy that we had install it, it was like, I don't know, $15 a square foot or something like that to install. So like every tile that goes up, it's like $150, $150. And so obviously less tiles are getting installed, but the bill to install that, after we'd already paid for the tile and spent a few grand over here, we were like, holy cow, just to put it up, like what? Maybe I would have tried doing it myself, you know? If
I would have tried myself with that amount of money.
Yeah.
Because it's like, so you're just mixing grout and then putting it on the wall? Great, I can figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
But granted,
it turned out great.
Yeah.
And, you know, probably would have been uneven if I would have done it and all the things, but that one was surprising. Most of the other things we kind of knew ballpark what to go into, but just bathrooms in general, man, like water systems and valves and, you know, tile and lighting and all of these crazy things. It's like we start talking to Michael, her dad, and we're like, hey, we've got, you know, X amount. At the time, it was like we've been saving for a while, and we've got, you know, 20 grand or 25 grand or whatever that we're ready to do the bathrooms. And he's like, oh, cool, yeah. And he starts telling, I'm like, how much do you think it's realistically going to cost? And he starts telling me, and he's like, well, you probably need 5 grand for this and 10 grand for that, and I don't know, 7 grand for this. And he starts going through, and he's like, you probably need 25. So 25 is like in a really safe, conservative spot. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well then, yeah, we can start now. And he's like, well, and then the other bathroom, you probably need about the same, 25. And I was like, wait a second.
Per bathroom?
I was like, wait, you were talking about just one bathroom? I was talking about both bathrooms. And then I was like, okay, well, let's wait a few months. We're gonna need some time. But it's just stuff like it catches you off guard, you know, and what stuff just costs. And we're thankfully getting a little bit of a discount on some of this stuff, as far as maybe just labor here or just labor there, or just
the
materials
connections
there.
to the people. I feel like finding the good people to do the job is, dude, half the battle, if not more. You know, material is one thing, but dude, finding contractors that will actually like be there when they say they're going to be there, and then complete the job before going to the next one,
or not cut corners because they don't want to.
Have to go the extra mile.
Yeah, and so it's been a good. I've learned a lot in the process, just about how everything works together and in different materials and how they install, and just different hacks for doing some stuff yourself. And I've hung a lot of drywall, done a lot of painting, just a lot of just random stuff. So it's been good as far as just life lessons as a guy, being able to do some of those things around the home. I feel a lot more confident, which has been great. But yeah, I'm excited to reap some rewards on the investment, though.
Sure, totally.
So,
totally. You gotta go through it to get to it, and you gotta put it in to get it out. So
yeah.
I'm excited for you on that. We got anything else here that we can wrap up on today's Coach's Corner? I know it's been a minute since essentially we filmed the last one, so we're playing catch up.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to get back on it weekly, put some new stuff out there. Anything inside the industry that we need to discuss that's moving or topping? I mean, we just had something come out today with AI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so OpenClaw, which is a thing I talked about a few episodes ago. I have one running, and basically they're Claude or Anthropic, which I've been pushing everybody, go use Anthropic, go use Claude. They are almost like banning or semi-banning the use of their brain with OpenClaw. So it's been a weird thing there, and I think it's because OpenClaw got bought by OpenAI, and you can debate the word bought. They took over the project and hired the founder and put it in a trust to be untouched. And I just really doubt that Sam Altman's just gonna like buy all those users and all the tech and then not use it for anything. So yeah, it's just weird because Anthropic's kind of rejecting that project now, that I think because they're owned by a competitor and they're putting out kind of their own direct competitor that is not as open source, but it's probably more secure and easier to set up for somebody that's maybe less techy.
So they're going to come out with, you think,
They have one already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's like an app you download on your computer, so you don't need like a Mac Mini for it or anything. You could run it on a Mac Mini, but the security it's got more guardrails because it's
sure.
their brain, their
you
product.
think that that's going to be a wiser move?
I think that's a wiser move for 90% of people.
Yeah.
For like what I'm using it for, it's a little bit different because I want I want to put my own guardrails up.
Sure. But 99.9% of people don't need to do that.
If you're not comfortable working in the terminal of your computer and like typing in commands and stuff, you should go.
Yeah. And basically what you just said, and people are going to go, "What's a terminal?"
Yeah. Go Claude Cowork. Yeah. Don't go OpenClaw.
Yeah.
And we paid a good amount to even with my tech background and all the coding and stuff I've done, we paid somebody to help set up because I just wanted to. I could have figured it out myself, but it would have taken me 3 months.
So what you're saying is that you invested into somebody to shorten the time window, even though you could probably do it yourself, it wouldn't be as good and slower.
Yes. The more mature you
get
in business.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. The more mature you get in business, the quicker you are to do things like that. Like, this is going to take me 12 hours. Someone else can do it. Like,
yeah.
Someone else can teach me.
They're better at it and they can do it faster. I'm willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because time is money.
Yes.
Exactly. And also it's going to be done right the first time.
100%.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Share, like, subscribe. We'll see you on next week's episode. Until next time, you can check out, again, the Check-ins Pro. We got the free trial below that you can check out. If you have any questions on that, please let us know. Until next time, see you then.
It's the coolest thing we've got, okay? It's really, really, really cool. Watch the video on that link. And then the second call out that I'll make is our operator workshops. By the time you see this, we'll have done 3 operator workshops, and we continue to sell more and more, and we continue to get crazy reviews. So we'll link that down below as well. Watch a couple of the videos. Like, don't take our word for it. Watch a couple of the videos, unprompted testimonials that people have posted, or even just said, "Hey, I want to give you guys this after being at one of our workshops."
Yeah.
I think both of those things are like, those are the most value we have to provide to you today if you want something from us.
We've had coaches that are doing $25,000 to $50,000 in their business, and 3 different coaches said that they've spent thousands of dollars, between $50,000 and $100,000 basically on mentorships. And they said that this 2-day event was more valuable than anything they've ever purchased. And that to me says a lot, because we're not charging $50,000 for the day, right? One person said they would spend $25,000 to come to something like this again, because we fix all past problems and all future problems all at the same time. So basically it's just showing you how to get to the next level. A lot of people say they want to double their business, but yet you can't because you don't know how. And even if you did double the business because you got lucky and something went viral, doesn't necessarily mean you know how to operate the company, which means it's going to fall back down to where you normally, rest at. So feel like this is that if I'm normally 200 pounds and I go on a diet, which means I'm now going to go into a deficit, and then I get down to 185, that's not normally where I live. So let's just say that I went from $25,000 to making $50,000. Well, unless I know how to live at 185 pounds, it's something I'm doing, not who I am. And so normally when I quit the diet or go back to normal or stop being lucky or get off the deficit, I'm just going to creep right back up to my normal level again. And that's what happens in business. You go up, but you don't know how to operate here, so it just kind of goes back down to where you normally operate at. We want to get you up there and then keep you up there, and that's what these workshops are to do, is to take you to the next level by showing you and forecasting what it looks like to be at that next level. So you can check out that below as well, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thanks, guys.